introducing Juliana doing Miss Information. I'm Miss Misinformation. It's my gratifying task to tell you all you need to know. You only need to ask. The seas are thick with elephants. The skies are purple straw. You measure with an octopus. You hammer with a saw. I'm filled with facts and figures I gratuitously share. The stars are silvery footballs. Tangerines have curly hair. Gorillas fly at midnight. A month has 7 years. Tomatoes play the clarinet. Bananas have long ears. I'm Miss Misinformation, and there's nothing I don't know. The moon is chocolate pudding. Macaroni grows in snow. A buffalo is smaller than the average bumblebee, so if you think of any questions, simply bring them here to me. Now, Caitlin with Snow White's Sweet Temptation.
They may be little, but those 7 doors can sure mess up a cottage. I tell you, I work my fingers to the bone around here. I make all their little beds, cook all their little meals, iron all their little clothes, and what do I get for it? Back cramps for trying to fit through all their little doors. Oh, I realize I should be thanking them for hiding me from the wicked queen. But I can't go on like this. I have a life to live. I've got dreams. I've got ambitions. I've got an allergy to something in this forest. Ding dong. But don't get me wrong. It's not like I don't like it here, but you try picking up 98 dirty socks every year. Frankly, this is not my idea of living happily ever after. Ding dong. All right, I'm coming. Look, whatever it is you're selling, I don't want any. I've already bought 12 raffle tickets from Little Leaguers, 26 magazine subscriptions from the PTA, and 108 Have a Lousy Day buttons from Grumpy's Bad Attitude Club. So, kindly peddle your goods elsewhere. What's that? You say you're not selling anything? You just want to give me a nice, shiny apple? Well, I have been working up quite an appetite. No, better not. I just flossed. But then again, apples are good for you. But now, they're ever better in a strudel. You wouldn't happen to have anything like that in your basket, would you? No? Well, check your pockets. I have a mean sweet tooth. I'll take anything. French apple pie, apple turnovers, apple Danish. Nothing. Huh? Wait, I know what I'll do. I'll call the Castle Bakery. They deliver. I'll order 4 apple turnovers, 7 apple muffins, 2 dozen apple cookies, 3 apples Danish, 6 apple fritters, a fried apple pie, 5 candied apples, and a... What's that? Aren't I going to eat the apple you brought? And spoil my dinner?
Now Sarah and Oli will be doing Fanatical Funds. I'm Fanatical Funds. I do many things, and I do them at once. This makes me extremely amazing to see. It also saves time. I'm sure you'll agree. I sleep as I eat, and I eat as I drink. I drink as I shout, and I shout as I think. I think as I draw, and I draw as I walk. I walk as I read, and I read as I talk. I talk as I laugh. Ha 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 ha! And I laugh as I sing. And I sing as I slide, and I slide as I swing. I swing as I run. And I run as I hop. I hop as I dust, and I dust as I mop. manage such stunts on one-of-a-kind and frenetic affronts. Now Beth Hillman with Pig, Pig, Pig and versus the Big Bad Wolf. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have heard the testimony of these two, pardon the expression, pigs. They have stated that my client, the Big Bad Wolf, huffed and puffed and blew their houses in. Now, I'll admit my client's breath could melt dental equipment, but knock over a house, oh, I doubt it. And anyway, how do they know it was my client huffing and puffing on their porches? Who's to say it wasn't an out-of-shape Avon lady? And then there's the question of motive. Why would my client want to blow their houses in the first place? To put up condominiums? No, ladies and gentlemen, I submit to you that my client, Mr. Wolf, is totally innocent of these charges. And furthermore, he is an upstanding member of the community. Okay, so he sheds on the furniture of City Hall and drools when he speaks at the PTA meetings. But hey, none of us are perfect. And now let's consider the testimony of the third pig. He has stated that after pigs number 1 and 2 ran to his brick home for safety, my client tried to blow his house down as well. Then when he failed to do so, he attempted illegal entry through the chimney with the full intentions of eating all 3 pigs. Why, that's the most preposterous thing I've ever heard. My client is on a pork-free diet. For him, it's wolf chow or nothing. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I know that when you consider all the evidence which has been presented today, you'll know there's only one question to ask and only one answer to give. Is my client guilty? Not by a hair on his chinny chin chin. But alas, maybe he should answer for himself. On second thought, maybe we should just plead guilty. Now introducing Sophia with Goldilocks Day in Court. But, Your Honor, I've already told you everything that happened that day. I was just walking through the forest. It's a shortcut to the 7-Eleven store. And I came upon this cute little cottage. The door was open, so I peeked in and saw 3 bowls of porridge on the table. Frankly, I was hoping for lobster and Perrier. But this is a low-budget fairy tale. Now, the first bowl of porridge was way too salty. The second bowl was far too sweet. And the third bowl was just as lousy, which could be why you don't see many fast food porridge restaurants around. But I ate it anyway. And yes, I confess, I later sat down on one of their chairs and broke it. But you try eating a bowl of that cement mix and see how lightly you sit in your seat. Then I was feeling a little woozy from the porridge and a little sore from the chair incident. So I decided to go upstairs to take a little nap. I picked the smallest of the 3 beds to sleep in because it was most like my own, unmade. So I climbed in and fell fast asleep. And the next thing I know, I've got Bear Beth beating down on me. I open my eyes, and there's Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear. And they're all looking at me like an elbow chew stick with curls. And, well, the rest is in the police report. But you've got to believe me, sir, I didn't mean any harm. Well, yes, I suppose what I did could be considered trespassing. And yes, I realize I should be held responsible for any damage done to the Bear family's property. But, sir, a $500 fine, that's pretty steep. Why, on my allowance, that will take me forever. That's it, huh? $500? I can't plea bargain. I can't throw myself on the mercy of the court. I can't remind you that I did, in fact, eat the porridge, and some judges might consider that punishment enough. All right, I'll pay the fine. And yes, Your Honor, I can honestly say I have learned my lesson. The next time I wander carelessly into someone else's house, it's going to be someone who can cook. Now, introducing Hannah with Sheep Gone Bad. Officer, you've got to help me. I'm Little Bo Peep and I've lost my sheep. You say you're Officer Blair, and you've lost your hair? Sir, this is serious. I need you to
put out an all points bulletin on my sheep right away. What do you mean they have to be missing for 24 hours? Why? Do you realize what can happen to them in 24 hours? They could get mugged, they could get assaulted, they could get sheep napped and sheared against their will. Now, mind you, I'm not one to panic, but I did see a Ferrari sporting some sheepskin seat covers that looked an awful like, well, I just don't want to think about it. And don't tell me he's still out there. My enemy number one. The old lamb chop bandit himself, the big bad wolf. Now, I know we've got to move fast. And there's another thing to consider. Out there on the streets, what if they fall in with the wrong flock? You know, start hanging out in sleazy pastures with evil and corrupt sheep. Sheep who are running from the law. Sheep taking it on the lamb, to speak. Then, finding themselves hungry and cold, they too will turn to a life of crime. But sooner or later, you'll catch up to them. You'll slap the hoof cuffs off of them, on them, and haul them off to jail. Why? Because you had to wait 24 hours before going to look for them in the first place. Now, do we fill out that missing sheep form or not? You say we need to know what they're wearing when I last saw them? Why, wool, of course. I know it's too hot for wool, but polyester gives them a rash. And here's another tip. They always travel together. They figured that they can split the cab fare that way. Now, I suppose the best thing for me to do is go back home and... Wait a minute, there they are. They're over there across the street at the video arcade. I might have known. Boy, I tell ya, Mary doesn't know how good she's got it. She has only one lamb to look after. All right, that's it. You're all grounded.
Now introducing Kim with Caddy, inspired by Tangled Knots.
Miss Mallory's home for lost girls was technically an orphanage, but there were hardly any orphans there. On most days, you can only see one orphan. Her name is Caddy, and that girl is me. Everyone says that I'm a talented baker. No one knows when I started baking, but they all say the same thing. They say that I can bake anything, really, but most of all, I love to bake cakes. I can just close my eyes and imagine the perfect cake for any person in the world. In fact, the orphanage lacks an orphans, but not my cake baking trophies. 5 first place trophies are lined up in the hallway. No matter who enters the competition, I always end up winning. Not one, but 2 bakers entered last year with 50-layer cakes, and one even had a working chocolate fountain. But nevertheless, my single-layered pistachio sheet cake won because I made it specifically for the judge. This year's bake-off will be held in 1 week in New York City, and Miss Mallory has already cleared space in the hallway for the 6th trophy.
Next up is Casey with Once Upon a School Day Dreary. Once upon a school day dreary, while I daydreamed bored and weary about the fun and carefree places I would rather be instead. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came tapping. As the teacher gently rapping with a ruler on my head. "What's the answer, please?" she questioned. "Give me the one I'm looking for, or it's this grade for 1 term more." I couldn't say 1 word or 20, but I was in trouble plenty. So I tried to fake an answer as I've done so oft before. But this time I couldn't do it. As I spoke, I knew I blew it. For saying the Wright brothers was a rock group made her sore. That is why I am here waiting, my punishment anticipating. I'll probably have to write 8 million sentences up on the board. I'll promise to start working, do my lessons, no more shirking. As for Ervil and Wilbur, I'll buy their records, nevermore. Silverstein.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Me. Me who? That's right. What's right? Me who? That's what I want to know. What's what you want to know? Me who? Yes, exactly. Exactly what? Yes. I have exactly what on a chain. Exactly what on a chain? Yes. Yes, what? No, exactly what? That's what I want to know. I told you, exactly what? Yes, what? What? What's with you? And exactly that's what's with me. Me who? Yes. Go away. Knock, knock.
Now Carrie will be doing Bugs Bugs. Bugs, I love bugs. Yes, I truly do. Great big pink ones, little green stink ones, yellow bugs and blue. I put them in my pockets and I wear them in my hair. You are my close companions. I take you everywhere. Bugs, I love bugs, any shape or size. Thin ones, fat ones, long ones, flat ones. Bugs with buggling eyes. I hug you and I kiss you and I bounce you off my knee. No matter what I'm doing, bugs are close to me. Bugs, I love bugs. Bugs are my friends. Square ones, round ones, half-pound ones. Bugs with big rear ends. I love to watch them. I love to watch you scamper, and I love to watch you chew. I've had no doubt about it. Bugs, I'm bugs for you. Now, Carrie, Sophia, and Hannah will be doing a scene from Seussical.
Jojo, I'm the mayor of who? Why, I've just been elected, and upright behavior is thus forth expected. You just had a talk with your teachers today, and they didn't have one single good thing to say. You invented new things to defy all description. You gave Miss O'Dooley a nervous conniption. Your things were so wild they disrupted your classes and made Mrs. Mackle who dropped her new glasses, which is why you are suspended. Yes, that's what they said. Young man, what and who has gotten into your head? Now Horton has found us. We're safe on a clover, but clearly our troubles are far, far from over. We don't mean to scold you. We love you. Oh yes, dear. But couldn't you try thinking a bit less, dear? Stop telling such outlandish tales. Stop turning minnows into whales. Now take your bet and go to bed. And think some normal things instead.
Now Caleb will be doing Oh Please Take Me Fishing.
Oh, please take me fishing. Please take me fishing. You promised.
Oh, please take me fishing. Oh, please, please, instead of my sister, the pest. She drives me bananas when she's at her worst. She bugs me when she's at her best.
Please take me fishing. You promised to take me fishing. Take me fishing.
She wouldn't give up, so I've got her along. But has not decided her fate yet. Maybe I'll patiently teach her how to fish, or maybe I'll use her for bait.
Now Marie will be doing Pig, Pig, and Pig versus the Big Bad Wolf.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have heard the testimony of these two, pardon the expression, pigs. They have stated that my client, the Big Bad Wolf, huffed and puffed and blew their houses in. Now, I'll admit my client's breath could knock dental equipment, but knock over a house? I doubt it. And anyway, how do you know it was my client huffing and puffing on their porches? Who's to say it wasn't an out-of-shape Avon lady? And there's the question of motive. Why would my client want to blow their houses down in the first place? To put up condominiums? No, ladies and gentlemen, I submit to you that my client, Mr. Wolf, is totally innocent of these charges. And furthermore, he's an upstanding member of the community. Okay, so he sheds on the furniture at the city hall and drools when he speaks at PTA meetings. But hey, none of us are perfect. And now let's consider the testimony of the third pig. He stated that after pigs 1 and 2 ran to his brick home for safety, my client tried to blow his house down as well. Then, when he failed to do so, he attempted illegal entry through the chimney, full of intentions of eating all 3 little pigs. Well, why, that's the most preposterous thing I ever heard. My client is on a pork-free diet. For him, it's wolf chow or nothing. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I know that when you consider all the evidence that has been presented today, you'll know there's only one question to ask and only one answer to give. Is my client guilty? Not by a hair on his chinny chin chin. But alas, maybe he should answer for himself. On second thought, perhaps we should just plead guilty.
Now Emma will be doing the report card repair shop.
Sorry. Hi. I was just wondering if you can help me. See, I've got a report card that needs, well, it needs some rather extensive repairs. I don't know what it is lately, but it's been stalling a bit in academics, and work habits have been a little rough. And while you're at it, it appears classroom behavior is a major overhaul too. You've asked how long it's been in this condition? Well, I just noticed it today when the teacher handed it to me. What's that? Did any warning lights come on? Well, yes, there was those missed assignments and notes home to my parents, and my test scores have been on a frizz for weeks now. But I had no idea it was this serious. So tell me, can anything be done? Or will I have to be towed into the next grade by 6 tutors and a live-in math teacher? First, I'll have to realign my responsibilities, overhaul all my attitude, and recharge my commitment. Okay, but what's that going to cost? My playtime? My TV time? My shudder-to-think nap time? Really? All it's going to cost is a determination to succeed? Well, what about a guarantee? You say you carry a 12-year standard or 50,000 assignment plan? Well, that does sound pretty good. Go ahead, sign me up for the works. But hey, in the meantime, do you happen to have a loaner card I can take home to show my parents? Didn't think so.
Now Ellie will be doing Dan the Invisible Man.
Ow!
I am Dan the Invisible Man, so do not bother looking for me. No matter how watchful you are, I am someone you simply can't see. Although I eat invisible food, I still remain perfectly clear, and if I'd stopped talking to you, you'd have no idea I was there.